Let's get right into it. If you're a YouTube creator, you know this feeling all too well. You spend hours, maybe even days on a video, you hit that publish button, and nothing. You start to wonder, is this whole thing rigged? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly why so many channels just hit a wall. 90% of YouTube creators will quit in 2026. And look, that's not just a guess, that's what the data is suggesting. A huge number of people creating content right now are on a path to just stopping. Not because the algorithm is broken. And this is the most important part. It is not because of some secret, unfair system that's working against you, but because they're making these same critical mistakes. The truth is, most creators are falling into the exact same traps. But here's the good news. Once you can see the traps, you can avoid them. And that's what we're going to do right now. So here's our game plan. We're going to break down the 5 biggest reasons channels fail. We'll start with that big myth about the algorithm, then we'll get into your video's packaging, those first few crucial seconds, why having a focus is so important, and finally, the simple tweaks that almost everyone misses. All right, let's tackle mistake number 1. And honestly, this is the big one. This is the mindset that stops more creators than anything else, blaming the algorithm. You have to understand, the algorithm doesn't have opinions. It's not out to get you. It is just a feedback loop. Its only goal is to keep people on YouTube for as long as possible. And it does that by paying very, very close attention to how real people behave. So your job isn't to fight it, it's to give it the signals it's looking for. And what are those signals? Well, it all comes down to 2 simple things. The first is click-through rate, or CTR. When YouTube shows your video to people, do they actually click on it? The second is audience retention. After they click, do they stick around and watch? That's it. If you can get people to click and get them to watch, YouTube will reward you, period. This is exactly how it works. It's a simple, beautiful cycle. YouTube gives your video an impression. A viewer clicks, that's a good CTR. The viewer keeps watching, that's good retention. What does YouTube do? Its only logical next step is to show it to more people just like them. So that brings us right to mistake number 2. Because before anyone can watch your video, they have to click on it first. And that is the very first test your video has to pass. It's packaging. Now, video packaging is just the combination of your title, your thumbnail, and your topic. Think of these 3 things as one single unit, and that unit has one job and one job only, to get a potential viewer to stop scrolling and click. And the difference between weak and strong packaging is just night and day. A weak thumbnail is cluttered, there's way too much text, the colors are muddy, and it just doesn't spark any curiosity. A strong thumbnail, on the other hand, is clean. It's high contrast. It has a clear emotional focus, and it creates a question in the viewer's mind that your video promises to answer. This is a really hard truth to swallow, but it is so important. You could create the greatest video of all time with amazing editing and a brilliant script, but if your packaging doesn't earn that click, all of that work means nothing. Your video is effectively invisible. Okay, so you did it. Your packaging worked, you got the click. Victory. But the battle for attention isn't over. In fact, the next one starts the very second your video begins to play. Those first 20 seconds, they're everything. This is where most of your audience decides whether they're going to stick around or click away. Your entire audience retention graph for the whole video is often decided in this tiny little window. And this is where so many creators lose people. They have these long animated logos, or they immediately start begging for likes and subscribes, or they talk about themselves before getting to the point. The viewer clicked for a reason, and all of these things just get in the way of that. Your hook has one purpose: to instantly confirm to the viewer that they made the right choice. It needs to prove right away that the promise you made in your title and thumbnail is about to be delivered. You have to get straight to the value. Okay, now let's zoom out a bit. Getting clicks and views on a single video is one thing, but building a successful channel, well, that's about getting people to come back again and again. You have to ask yourself this one simple question. If someone hits that subscribe button on your channel today, what are they expecting from you next week? If you can't answer that in one sentence, you've got a niche problem. See, a channel that covers random topics might attract a one-time viewer, but it doesn't build a loyal audience. It confuses people and it confuses the algorithm. A clear niche, though, does the exact opposite. It tells both viewers and YouTube exactly what your channel is all about, which encourages repeat viewership and builds a true community. And finally, let's talk about the mistake of treating every video you make as an island, totally disconnected from everything else you've created. The best channels create a web of content. They use things like playlists to group their videos together. They use end screens to suggest what to watch next. They even use verbal callouts in the video to guide people. The goal isn't to get one view, it's to turn one view into a whole viewing session. And this is such a powerful way to think about it. Optimization isn't just a technical thing you do when you upload. It's a creative choice you should be making when you write your script. You should know exactly what video you want someone to watch next, and then you tell them why they should go watch it. So, let's bring it all home. It's time to stop thinking that the algorithm is some big, bad gatekeeper that you have to trick. It's not. The real thing standing in your way, or the thing that's going to push you forward, is your strategy. The control is 100% in your hands. Because really, it boils down to this. If you can make videos that people click on and then keep them watching, you grow. It's that simple. It's not about luck, it's about strategy, and it is absolutely inevitable.